Hey, it's Birdman. Time for another Birdman on the Mountain community shout, hanging out here at the Birdman Media Studios. This week, of course, is brought to you by the town of Pinetop, Lakeside. Hello to all the viewers out there on WMI TV, also on Sholo TV, and of course the podcast listeners as well. We're going to kick off this morning talking about a very interesting topic with a couple individuals. I've got with me Brad and Becky, and you're with the Blue Ridge Unified School District.
Yes. That's correct.
How you doing?
We're doing really well.
Good.
I'm doing really well.
I'm doing well too. Yes. Good. Thanks for having us.
So tell me, why don't we start with Becky? Why don't you tell us why we're here, what you're here to talk about today?
So we're here to talk about something that's pretty serious in our county, and that is dying by suicide. We have a very high rate of deaths by suicide, the highest in the country as our county goes.
Yeah.
So we're very concerned. It's the leading cause of death amongst teenagers and young adults in our county, other than accidental deaths. So it's killing our children, it's killing the youth of our community, and we need to start having conversations about it.
So I want to address something up front, because usually when we get to these points, we talk about the area and we talk about things. People want to say, oh, no, it's that geographic area or it's this demographic area. This is across the demographic spread, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So it's not a group or a culture or anything like that.
It's not. Every demographic is impacted by this. Every demographic.
Okay, so what's going on, and what do you bring to the table that's going to sort of help the situation?
So what we've done, Birdman, is we have organized with the National Football League, as well as Robert Pico and Craig Heck, who are sponsoring our event. We have organized the National Football League to come to Pinetop, Arizona. How exciting is that? And they'll come out here, and they are going to bring with them Mr. Les Pico, who is executive of the player development for the NFL, and also is legal for the Minnesota Vikings organization. He is going to bring the NFL's lead clinician, Dr. and I've got a cheat. Her name is Dr. Nyaka, NiiLampti, and she's a wonderful lady that's a clinical psychologist who works with the NFL players, and she's going to speak to suicide, and she's also going to speak a little bit about depression and some of those other things. And then we're also going to bring a player up here, Stephen Weatherly. Stephen Weatherly is a grad from Vanderbilt who's playing with the Vikings, his fourth year in the NFL. A great big kid, a young guy. He's been in the league for 4 years, and so he's going to do some autograph signing, and so that'll soften the evening a little bit, and it'll be a lot of fun. And then the more meat of the evening will be a 2-hour platform in the high school auditorium.
Okay, so who is the audience? Who are you wanting to come?
Well, our district has particularly been, our school district has been hit hard by some suicides in our district, but we want to put this message out to everyone, because as soon as you're aware of it, you start to realize that it's impacting everybody. If not in their innermost circle, within the next level of their family and friends, people in this community have all been impacted by suicide. So we want to make sure that everyone in the area knows they have an invite to come out. It's a crisis in our community, and we need to get everyone on board to start offering solutions, hope, resources, and ways out of this.
Okay, so it's not just adults, but kids as well, and what would you say that, probably it's later. So what time does it run? So
the free hot dog meal while they last is going to start at 5:00. We'll have our player there to sign autographs. We'll have our clinical psychologist there. We'll have Becky there. Becky will be able to speak to the people that are here in the community along with the leading clinician, and that'll be kind of a good relationship there. Then at 6:00 we'll move them into the auditorium, and that's where the actual meeting will start, and our 3 guest speakers will speak.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Anything else you want to add to that? So free hot dogs are kind of cool.
Yeah, free hot dogs are excellent.
Yeah, free hot dogs with mustard.
Nobody hates free hot
mustard,
dogs.
yeah.
Right?
Free hot dogs with mustard, and then our player will actually be there hopefully pretty quick to 5:00, and he'll sign autographs. Okay. We'll have some door prizes. The league is going to bring out some paintballs with the players get when they make a touchdown, and they paint the insignia of their team on there, and there'll be some autograph footballs and things like that will be given away. So there's some fun with the serious.
Okay, good. And I want to give a shout out to Robert Pico, and that's your brother.
My younger brother.
Yeah, your younger brother. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Yeah.
My older brother's coming tomorrow or Thursday.
He's the middle kid. So there
that's
you go.
It.
But I want to give a shout out to him. He's not a sponsor of our show here, but we really appreciate his efforts within the community.
Thank you.
The things that he do are really driven to people and helping people get up or not be in a depressive state. I've noticed that from the things that he supports and the things that he helps with. anywhere from, I've seen Love Kitchen stuff, and I've seen this and things like that.
Great support of mental health for sure. He is.
Yeah. Anything final that you need to tell everybody? Just run down the details.
Well, anytime we speak about suicide, I always want to make sure that if anyone is listening to this and is concerned immediately about somebody in their friend or family group, that they have some resources available to them. So there is 2 hotlines, if I could share that information.
Absolutely.
The first one is a texting hotline, and you can text this number 24/7, and it's 741-741. So it's 6 digits, 741-741. You can text that 24 hours a day, and you will have a licensed clinician help. And then I'm going to just look real quick at...
Is that the other telephone number?
Yes, it's the 800 number, and it is...
in this day and age, this texting, that's actually that's a strong thing, because you have that anonymity and you really feel like you just reach out immediately and get a response.
Especially for certain populations, they're more comfortable than starting a conversation. So it's a great first start is to send that text message out. There is a 800 suicide hotline that again is available 24 hours a day, and that is 800-273-8255. So those can be accessed, you can look those up really easily as well. Google suicide hotline and you can find those resources. But we really want people to feel supported. We want people in our community to know how important they are, that they matter, that they belong, that they have an important impact in our community, in our schools, with their children, or, in their families, whatever role they're in. We want to make sure people are feeling that good energy so they can get from whatever dark space they might be in to a healthier spot.
Yeah, and keep in mind that you don't have to be the person that is contemplating this or feeling this way. You can call a hotline if you need help helping somebody else as well.
Absolutely.
So,
yes.
Awesome. So Brad Pico and Becky Montoya.
Yes, Becky
Thank
Montoya.
You very much.
Thank you, Birdman. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate
we hope
your time
to have a good turnout tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
One more time, the date.
The date is Thursday from 5 o'clock is when the hot dogs start.
Okay.
To 8 o'clock roughly is when the platform will end.
Okay, that's this Thursday.
This
so
Thursday.
Today. Thank you. Okay, still hanging out here in the studio, and joining me now, I've got a couple ladies. I've got with me Trisha Spear and Cathy Reed. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
So you've got a couple things to talk about today, obviously with the Darrin Reed Foundation. So, Cathy, why don't you tell us all about it?
Okay. Well, the Darrin Reed Foundation was established in memory of Darrin, and it is to get money into the hands of the local law enforcement officers so they can help people in the community that are in need, and also to help them with their training with fighting the illegal drug trafficking in the area. And so it's kind of a twofold organization.
Right.
And we're getting ready to put on a golf tournament June 4th.
First.
Sorry.
June 1st.
June 1st to support the foundation. Trisha, will you tell us about that?
So this is our first charity golf tournament. It's going to be June 1st.
And it's at
Torreon.
Okay, good.
It's at Torreon Golf Course. They're helping us with that, so we're real excited and just so appreciative of what they're doing for us over there. But we have a few sponsors so far. We have Summit's doing the silver, right? The silver sponsor. We're still looking for a presenting sponsor, so if anyone's interested in that, they can contact us. And then we also are looking for whole sponsors. We have a few of those, and then we're also doing a dinner afterwards, and we'll be doing a auction. Are we doing an auction, or it's a silent auction?
Silent auction.
A silent auction, and awards and everything at that time. So.
Okay. We don't have to buy. Do we have to auction for dessert or no? Yeah.
We can.
We can.
Maybe do that.
Do you want to buy dessert?
Yeah, I think you're wanting the dessert.
Obviously,
it's like dessert is in your brain.
It's the craziest thing. And we were talking about this. I was talking to somebody yesterday about this. The fact that we moved up to this area, and I never heard of a dessert auction. I've been all over the United States, and was like, "What is this?" And then they're so successful. It's crazy.
It is. It is very successful. And so we had actually talked about that. So we're going to be doing quite a few different things there. And then, I don't know, we got, so anyone that's interested that wants to either donate or become sponsors.
Okay, and let's talk about the whole sponsors. How much are those?
Those are $250.
Okay, $250 for whole sponsor.
Right.
And then the presenting sponsorship is
$5,000.
$5,000.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody. I think a car dealership should step up and do that.
Well, Hatch Toyota is doing the hole-in-one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we already have that already situated. So, but yeah, we're just looking for presenting right now, and then of course anyone that wants to do a whole. And then we're also looking for food trucks. I'm going to be getting in touch. A couple of people have already reached out to me, so we'll have some food trucks there. It's just going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do a lot of games, and it's for a good cause, and everyone's just going to hang out and have a good time.
Awesome. So if let's say you're not a golfer, do you have something to do? Something else to do?
Something else to do. But it's funny because I am not a golfer at all.
I'm not either.
I don't. So it's kind of, I mean, really, when you were asking how many holes there are,
There's 18.
There's 18. I learned.
Yes,
I learned this. So, no, I mean, they can just come out and just be supportive. We're gonna just, just mostly just golfing,
Very
right?
cool.
And then,
Awesome. And that's June
1st.
June
okay.
1st.
June 1st.
At Torreon.
At Torreon.
But
Awesome.
you need to register early. It's going to fill up really fast.
Okay, and registration available online? Is it available where at?
It is available online registration. I have a link.
Okay.
It's HTTPS.
And we'll put that down below. Just look down below. And
Okay.
Just click it.
click it, go to it, and get your spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Piece of cake. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll put that up for you.
Awesome.
Anything else, ladies?
Well, we do have May 15th coming up is
yes.
National Peace Officers Memorial Day. And so if you want to show your support for that, for Darrin as well as all serving officers, you can shine a blue light bulb on
go.
your porch. And the blue light bulbs are available at Pinetop PD and Sholo PD for $5 each.
Yeah, very good. Awesome.
And all of the money that comes from those bulbs goes straight to the Darrin Reed Foundation.
Yeah, that's a good way to buy it. I know you can run over to Home Depot. Home Depot is a sponsor and buy them there, but go buy them at the PDs because then you directly benefit the foundation.
The foundation, right.
Awesome. Okay, did you want to mention the other event that's coming up? Okay.
Yes, we have the First Responders Scholarship Fundraising Dinner on April 27th, and the event is actually sold out.
Oh, wow.
We have some wonderful table sponsors that bought tables. If it's okay, I can
Absolutely.
run
You
through
can
who
mention
did that.
them. No problem with that.
Okay, so our presenting sponsor for the dinner is Home Smart Real Estate, the Bobo team. And our platinum tables are Airyback 32, Distinctive Auto Body, the Elks Lodge, Arizona Elk Society, and the Cowboy Way Barbecue. And then we have our gold sponsors of Cedar Ridge Real Estate, White Mountain Teas, the City of Sholo, Silver Sword Asset Management, Coffee News, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, and the town of Pinetop Lakeside. And then we also have our silver level sponsors, which is RRM of A and JT's Wildlife Outdoors, Trisha. Heritage Inn, Pioneer Title, Via Bella Salon, Hometown Tax Service, Plow Handle Salsa, White Mountain Heating and Cooling, New Image, Moose Lodge, Home Smart by Trisha Reed, Discover Your Life, and the Pinetop Lakeside Peace Officers Association.
That's pretty phenomenal. Yeah, that's great to see that amount of support. So, and you're sold out. So,
Yeah, it's going to be.
We are sold out. And we have numerous companies all around that have provided donations
Very
for
good.
the raffle items and the auction items. And Maddie's actually helped us put together a package deal that we're going to auction off.
oh, wow.
And it's going to be an event for about 25 people. Serve dinner and drinks and everything in the speakeasy.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to be an awesome auction item that we have there.
Very cool. So once again, Cathy Reed, Trisha Spear, thank you for your time today.
Thanks for having us.
Anything else?
No, I think that was
Did
it.
that cover it?
I think so.
Very awesome. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
No, thank you for doing this. Appreciate it.
Okay, still hanging out here in the studio with me now. I've got joining Dr. Tom Barella, and you're here for the Nexus Coalition for Drug Prevention. You betcha.
That is why I'm here today. I want to talk a little bit about it.
Okay, so tell us what's your involvement there and what do you want to tell us about it?
Okay, well, I'm a board member for the Nexus Drug Prevention Coalition, and as a board member, I'm also a physician, and I got involved with this because I've recognized through the years that you can't ignore personal habits in young children. Most physicians are used to dealing with the consequences of self-division in life, like smoking and drinking and all sorts of other things that we do in life, eating, and which is a joy. But as a pediatrician, I don't often get the opportunity or the problem of dealing with choices that people make. But you know, we read about the adult choices in terms of drug busts along I-40. We realize about burglaries in the homes, accidents, alcohol-related accidents and stuff. But in kids, we don't see that much. But what I end up dealing with is problems within school, when they legal issues, but even more so the family dynamics that can occur in families when this occurs. And of course, we have a considerable portion up here of grandparents raising children because their adult parents have gotten into trouble with the law related to drugs.
Right.
So I became involved with the Nexus Coalition because it is an approach. And the first thing that anybody does when they get involved with something like this is look at the statistics. And you would think as a rural community, we do not have as much drug-related problems. It's more like a big city problem. And the answer from the statistics on the state surveys is that we have just as much problem as the big cities. And rural communities have problems related to drugs, mostly related to the psychosocial dynamics of rural communities, because mostly they're rural and they're poorer than the big cities. So how do you approach drug-related problems? Well, it turns out that when we look at the statistics of first use in our community, it starts at 12 years of age. And how do you get to 12-year-olds in terms of it? And the whole purpose of the Nexus Coalition is education. Education does work. We've known that, especially in Europe, where they begin to hit children with education at 9 years of age for all sorts of psychosocial issues. The United States has a little bit difficult of a problem here because many times parents believe that most of that education is done in the home, but done correctly, we can do it in the school systems. And the Nexus Coalition essentially approaches education on a broad scale in community-based programs, in school-related programs, in education.
So, yeah, overall, what you're looking to do is basically make people more informed so they can make better choices. Because without the information, you're kind of just left to guessing, right?
Right. Information is power. Power. And the Nexus programs go into the school system, take an hour out of school on a regular basis to teach the children about drug-related issues. For example, vaping is a big issue now in the United States.
Right.
It's a big issue only because they have it flavored so that it is. And make no mistake about it, it may be safer than cigarettes from a tar standpoint and lung cancer.
Right.
Nicotine is the same type of addiction as opioids. In other words, the chemistry in the brain is an addiction-related chemistry.
Yeah. The other thing is the water vapor in or out of your lungs. Your lungs weren't designed for water, and it leads. And it's funny to me that I'll see people that are coughing and hacking and they have that wet cough, but they don't make but they're still vaping as they're doing it, and it's like they don't make the connection to. Well, don't you think maybe you're causing an issue there?
Right, and remember, water vapor in the lung frequently is related to irritation to the linings of the lungs. People cough because the lungs say something is in there that doesn't belong in there, and therefore we're going to cough it out.
Right.
And so but the problem is, interestingly, in Cholo, the surveys show that we are 2.5 times higher in vaping incidents than the rest of the state of Arizona,
wow,
including the big cities. So it's a problem. We do not know what the long-term consequences of vaping is going to be. As in anything that's new, it takes time to build up the data, just like Colorado has been the repository for marijuana use now that it's been legalized for a longer period of time. And we will know over a short period of time, 5 to 10 years, if there are really consequences to using marijuana. And the same thing, although we do know a lot about nicotine addiction, just ask anybody who's tried to stop smoking.
Right.
And so it's not, and now what we're beginning to study, since it's become available in children, what we're going to see coming down the pipe is data to show how it affects the developing brain under the age of 25.
Very good. So we're going to see you coming in here talking every so often for the Nexus Coalition.
We're going to talk about the actual programs in future.
Very good.
Today we'll try to lay a little bit of groundwork, and we'll come back and talk about the programs in the future.
Awesome. Anything else for today?
No, I think that's a good start, and we'll put a little tease in for the future.
Awesome. Thank you very much once again, Dr. Tom Barella, for the Nexus Coalition for Drug Prevention. Hey, that's going to be it for this week's Community Shout. I want to remind you, if you want to come in, talk about an event, an activity, something that's going on in the community that you want to shout out about, you come in, sit over there. It's free to do so. You just come in on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. You can contact me on the Facebook page or email me, but you really don't have to. You can just show up right around a 10 o'clock time frame. And, thanks to everybody out there, WMI TV, on Sholo TV, and all the podcast listeners. We appreciate you, and welcome to the summer people that are already starting to come up. We appreciate you being here. If you have anything you want to know about, make sure you reach out to me. Also, new Alexa skill that's available. If you have an Alexa from Amazon, all you got to do is go into your skills and activate the AZ White Mountain update. Add it to your flash briefing, and for now, you're going to get a weekly update of what's going on. As we get into the summer, I'll be adding weekend updates and almost daily. So, hey, I'm Birdman reminding you, if I don't see you around town, I'll catch you right here on the web.